Now let's talk about the writing task 4. That's the extended writing. In this writing task, you have to think of your own ideas. It's similar to the reading into writing, but you don't use information from other texts, but think of your own ideas. So let's see how it is. Okay, so the ISE I Extended Writing, the number of words you have to write is always 100 to 130, and the time you have to do this task is 40 minutes. The kinds of texts you might have to write are several. You might have to write a descriptive essay, a discursive essay that's academic for your school or your university, and then an article, a review, an email, or a letter. The email and the letter might be formal or informal. So these are the kinds of texts you might have to write, and it's the same as the task 3, multi-text writing. No, reading into writing, sorry. Okay, so the next thing you need to know, when you're doing your exercise, your writing exercise, task 4, what's very important is to read the instructions carefully to see what you have to write, what kind of text do you have to write, how many words do you have to use, and what are the points that you need to include. Okay, so to do this, you need to think, okay, what are they asking me to do? Do I have to write reasons? Do I have to give examples and follow the instructions? You need to plan your writing because you need to think of ideas. In this case, if they're asking you to write something, for example, about a festival in your country, well, you have to think of a festival and you have to think of information of the festival. So maybe you have to think of activities they do and why the festival is important for the area. So you have to brainstorm some ideas and you have to write them down into different sections so that when you do your writing, it's all clearly organized. Another thing that you have to take into account is the register. Are they asking you to write a formal text or are they asking you to write an informal text? For example, if it's a formal text, you mustn't use contractions, whereas if it's an informal text, you can use contractions and you can use expressions that are not so formal. Another very important thing is to divide your text into paragraphs because this makes it easier to read and more clear and puts different information in different paragraphs. So depending on the kind of text you want to write, an introduction, a paragraph, and an end, or 2 paragraphs, dividing this information into paragraphs. Another thing, you have to make sure that you use as much language, as much vocabulary and grammar as you can. So if you follow all these instructions, you will get maximum points. So the first thing is to read the instructions very carefully and to make sure you know what they are asking you to do. And then once you know that, start planning for your essay and then write it down. Okay, so when you do this exercise, they can ask you different topics to write about different things. You might have to write about travel or money, fashion, rules and regulations, health and fitness, learning a foreign language, but you might also be asked to write about festivals, means of transport, special occasions, entertainment, music, and your recent personal experiences. So you might have to write about your own experiences.